Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my monthly haul. So this is everything that I have purchased or been gifted. There's no gifts in this one, throughout the month of July. I put that disclaimer out there because I never mention PR samples that were sent to me in these kinds of videos. These are only things that I have purchased with my own money or that friends or family have given to me. Just a heads up for this video though, there's not that many products in this one just because I feel like I haven't been buying anything lately because most of the makeup launches have been boring me to absolute tears. So I've just been saving my money and really being selective with what I'm purchasing. I do expect that things will start to ramp up in the next few months as the holiday launches start to get sneak peeked and even launched. September seems to be when all of the Christmas makeup gets put out on the market. So I'm sure, the tides will turn very shortly. So really the only place that I ordered from this past month was ColourPop. ColourPop, they have my heart. I mean, I ignored them for so many years just because I didn't love their Super Shock shadows and I hated their ultra matte lips. And after that, I was like, I'm kind of done. I don't care about ColourPop. Not to mention the fact that it used to be really hard to order them to Canada. Not in the sense that it was difficult to place an order online, but just because most people were getting nailed with customs charges when it hit the border. And I think there was something to do with their shipping just wasn't as cheap as I had wanted it to be. I'm not really sure. What they are doing now though is that they are pre-charging taxes and they are an incredibly low percentage. So I think an order of around 50 bucks, which is what you need to hit in order to get free shipping, will only charge you something like $2 or $3 in taxes if you're shipping into Canada. It's phenomenal because then you don't have to be worried about it hitting the border. You getting charged that horrible service fee, which is like $12 just for them to open your package and then assess the duties based on what's in the package. So your minimum, you're looking at least 15 bucks. Usually it's $20. With ColourPop pre-charging the taxes, it's like perfection because you pay couple extra dollars and then you don't have to be worried about when you receive your product. So I've been all about ColourPop shipping. I think they're actually shipping from within Canada as well. So I'm just loving it lately. So I picked up two of their palettes. The first one here is Blue Moon, which is basically old news at this point. So I think this one launched just as I got back from England, which was kind of irritating because while I was in England, I had purchased the red palette and I was so excited for that one. And then they launched the blue one. I'm like, oh, I could have just waited to order this one as well. So anyway, this is the Blue Moon palette and it's part of their monochromatic range. So it is only 9 pans of blue themed shadows. This one up here looks white, but it does have a blue cast to it. And I have always loved blue eyeshadow. I know it was hugely trendy probably in the last 8 months or so and people have kind of moved on from it now, but I still love blue eyeshadow and I wear it frequently. I've only swatched this one so far and I haven't put it on my eyes, but I've found that all of these monochromatic palettes are fantastic. I really don't feel like ColourPop makes bad pressed eyeshadow. So I'm really excited to start playing with this one. So I actually waited a while to put this ColourPop order in after Blue Moon had launched because there was nothing else I really needed from ColourPop, and they put out launches so frequently that I knew I could wait basically like a month and then there would be something else that I wanted. And sure enough, the Honey palette was launched relatively recently and I was like, I have to own this thing. So I ordered this the same time as the Blue Moon palette. Now I've got actually yellows on my eyes right now, which are not from this palette, but I was so inspired by the color scheme in this palette that I've been reaching for all of the yellows in my collection. And I think it was Amy Loves Makeup who did this beautiful yellow eyeshadow look, and between this palette and her makeup look, I was just so inspired to get into yellow eyeshadow, and now I'm like there. I'm just so into yellow everything. I mean, it's on my nails, my outfit is yellow, my eyeshadow is yellow. I'm just loving yellow lately. So the look I'm wearing today, I probably could have made it with this palette, but I haven't actually used this on my eyes yet. So the Honey palette is another monochromatic 9-pan eyeshadow palette. I can't say enough good things about these palettes by ColourPop. I'm just so enthusiastic about them because they're so much fun. So it's yellow themed. There are a good amount of yellows that are different in tone in here. The only thing I feel like it's missing is just a slightly deeper brown yellow color. This Buzzkill shade down here is deep-ish on my skin. I would classify it honestly more as a medium shade though. I really could have done with like quite a deep yellow brown, but anyway. What people keep pointing out with this palette though is that the shade in the center, Palooza, is a glitter that is not eye safe. I feel a little bit weird about it because I will probably end up putting that color on my eyes because I'm reckless that way. But I know a lot of people are just like, absolutely not. There's no point putting that in this palette if it's not eye safe. And it does say right on the back, Palooza is not intended for the immediate eye area. So I find it a little bit strange that they included that when it's not eye safe in a very clearly marketed eyeshadow palette, when they could have really just put a deeper brown in the mix and called it a day. Don't get me wrong though, that glitter color is gorgeous. I swatched it earlier today because I do a swatch Sunday on my blog and I tend to do all my palettes swatched out there, and it is wonderful. It is such a fun color. It's like, oh, it's, how do I describe you? You are yellow and orange with some green reflect to it. It is absolutely beautiful. Anyway, that non-eye safe glitter aside, I'm very excited about this palette because I've been very into yellow eyeshadow lately, so I can't wait to play with this one. And the very last thing I got in that ColourPop order is another Glitterily Obsessed. I just bought two, I think it was last month, and then I saw this one get launched recently and I was like, I have to have you too. This is the You're a Firework Glitterily Obsessed, and I really wanted this one because it has large chunky flecks of glitter in it, which is normal for the Glitterily Obsessed, but there are some star flakes in it as well. And this one is a little bit more, yeah, it is actually holographic in comparison to the rest of the ones that I have. I have a lot of putty glitters like this that are rainbow-esque, but they're not truly holographic. It's just more like the little pieces in there reflect different colors of the rainbow, but they're not a true holographic spectrum. The colors in here are, they're holographic, but there's like an opalescent shift to them as well. So it's more like a subtle holographic color. And because I didn't have anything that was truly hollow, oh, it's pretty. Okay, let me see if I can swatch this on my hand and get a close-up. The problem with having a ring light is while it illuminates the video, it can be very hard to show colors up close. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get the color spectrum off of this, but it is gorgeous. And I was really spurred on to buy the Glitterily Obsessed pot glitters from ColourPop by somebody called Midnight Weirdo on Instagram. I think I've mentioned her before, but I'll link to her down below. She comes up with incredible eye looks. Like, her creativity is something that I don't generally see, and she's not very much about like the Instagram makeup. Like, nothing is too perfect. All of it has a little bit of a rough edge to it. I mean, it looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, but none of it just looks like over-completed makeup. She just does a lot of really inventive eye looks with sometimes the simplest of products, but it's the way she manipulates what she's using to work for her that is so interesting. I mean, there are some gorgeous Instagram eye looks that are out there that are like cut creases or quadruple cut creases, I've even seen sometimes, that have like rainbow layers, and they're so well put together, but at the same time it's so much effort that there's no way I would ever do anything like that, nor will I ever be able to achieve that kind of perfection. But the way Midnight Weirdo puts together some of her looks, I'm just like, I can actually achieve that, and it's so creative that it's something new. So she's taken a lot of these Glitterily Obsessed and honestly just put it on the middle of her lid and then dragged it up into her eyebrow. And you would think that that would be the strangest look ever, but somehow it works. So I've been really impressed with her makeup creativity, and she definitely spurred me on to get these. Okay, and the very last thing I got is a hair product, which I don't tend to really mention hair stuff on my channel just because I don't care about it that much, but I do curl my hair quite a bit and I do use curling irons a lot, so I thought I would mention it because occasionally people ask me about my hair and how I get my waves. So I recently picked up this Hot Tools 1.5 inch black gold curling wand. Curling iron, it's not a wand. I got it, oh, just last weekend when I was in the US with Julie. So I really like Hot Tools and I feel like their products are quite good. I've been using their 1 inch curling iron for a very long time to get my waves, and I really like the result of them, but sometimes they're a little bit too tight, and I wanted something that was a larger curl. So I wanted to get the 1.5 inch iron just to create larger curls. Now, the 1 inch one that I have is the gold version, which is strictly just for North America usage because the voltage on that is it 110? It's just for North America. The black gold series by Hot Tools is actually dual voltage, which is so helpful because now I can take this to Europe or anywhere else that I may travel to and not have to worry about frying this thing, because I have fried a lot of hair tools overseas and I'm just really tired of it. And unfortunately, you can't actually get the black gold series in Canada because it seems to be nowhere. So I had to go to the US and I bought this specifically at Ulta because they carry the black gold series and it's dual voltage. So I grabbed this one hoping that I would love it, but I'm not so sure now. I feel like it doesn't actually curl my hair enough. I used it today and it's fine-ish on the front pieces. I feel like that's the kind of size that I want, but I feel like it fell out of the back pieces so quickly. Now, I've only used this twice, so maybe it's just about me learning how to use this properly, but I'm kind of irritated because I don't like what's happening back here. And I don't know if it's because it's the black gold series or if it's just because it's such a large barrel in comparison to what I've been using. So it's kind of hard to know if it's like user error or just the barrel size, or if it's because it's black gold as opposed to just like the gold series that I've been used to using. So I definitely need to play around with this a lot more to figure out how I want my curls to come out. Because again, I like the front pieces, but like that's basically straight back there at this point. And the other thing too is that it's been so hot in Toronto right now that might be causing the curls to fall out way faster. I was just filming in the other room and these curls kind of like just dropped, and it might just be because even though the air conditioning is going, it can get kind of hot in the studio room with the doors closed when I'm filming. So I don't know, it's a whole combination of things where I'm like, I don't know if it's this or if it's me. Hot Tools in general though, I do recommend their gold, again, 1 inch curling iron has been fantastic for me, but I definitely need to play around with this guy a little bit more. So that is it for my haul for the month of July. Not a lot of products this time around, but that's okay because I'm saving money, and honestly, there's been so few launches that I've been excited about that I just haven't felt the need to pick anything up, which is honestly a good thing. Let me know if you've picked up anything recently that you've been really enjoying. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.